There's a financial window of opportunity open in your life right now, and most people are wasting it. This window won't stay open forever. It's defined by your age, your energy, your time horizon, and the power of compound interest. Every day you delay taking action, the window closes a little more, and the opportunity cost grows exponentially. By the time most people realize they should have started years ago, it's too late to catch up. I'm Kyle, and today I'm exposing the financial window you're in right now, why it's the most valuable period of your life, what happens if you waste it, and exactly what you need to do to capitalize on it before it closes. This isn't motivational fluff. This is math, biology, and reality. If you are in your 20s, 30s, or even 40s, this window is still open, but it's closing fast. Stay until the end because understanding this will change the entire trajectory of your financial life. Let's break it down. The financial window is the period where you have maximum time, energy, and compounding power. If you're in your 20s or 30s, you have 30 to 40 years until retirement. That means every dollar you invest today has 3 to 4 decades to compound. At 8% annual returns, $1 invested at age 25 becomes $10.06 by age 65. But $1 invested at age 45 becomes only $2.16. The same dollar, but 5 times less wealth because you waited 20 years. This is the power of time in the market. The window is also defined by your energy and capacity. In your 20s and 30s, you can work long hours, take risks, learn new skills, and hustle harder than you ever will again. Your body is resilient, your mind is sharp, and you have fewer responsibilities. This combination, time plus energy plus compounding, creates a narrow window where building wealth is easier than it will ever be again. Most people waste this window because they don't understand its closing. Here's what the window looks like in practice. Let's say you're 25 and you start investing $500 per month. By 65, at 8% returns, you'll have $1.74 million. Now let's say you wait until you're 35 to start. Same $500 per month, same 8%. By 65, you have $745,000. Less than half. You didn't change your effort or contribution. You just delayed 10 years, and it cost you $1 million. If you wait until 45, you end up with $297,000, 6 times less than starting at 25. The math is brutal and unforgiving. The window rewards early action and punishes delay exponentially. This isn't about earning more or being smarter. It's about starting now. The people who become wealthy understand this instinctively. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They start immediately, even with small amounts, because they know time is the most valuable asset they have. But most people waste the window because they think they have time. I'll start investing when I make more money. I'll save after I pay off this debt. I'll focus on wealth after I'm settled. These are all rationalizations for inaction, and they're catastrophically expensive. Every year you delay is a year of compounding you'll never get back. You can't buy time. You can't recover lost years. The 25-year-old who starts now will always be ahead of the 35-year-old who waits, even if the 35-year-old contributes more. The window doesn't care about your excuses or your intentions. It only cares about action. And it's closing whether you act or not. By the time you realize you should have started earlier, the window is smaller, the hill is steeper, and the effort required is exponentially harder. The people who waste the window spend the rest of their lives trying to catch up, and most never do. The window is also defined by your earning potential. In your 20s and 30s, you're building your career, developing skills, and increasing income. This is when salary growth is steepest. A 25-year-old earning $50,000 can realistically be earning $80,000 to $100,000 by 35 through raises, job switches, and skill development. But if you don't invest during this period, you're missing the years where both income and compounding are accelerating. The 40s and 50s are typically peak earning years, but by then you've lost decades of compounding. The ideal strategy is to invest aggressively in your 20s and 30s when income is growing, so that by your 40s and 50s, your investments are massive and compounding hard. The window rewards those who act early and punishes those who wait. every year of delay makes the mountain taller and the climb harder. Another dimension of the window is risk tolerance. When you're young, you can afford to take risks because you have time to recover from losses. If the market crashes when you're 30, you have 35 years for it to recover and grow. But if it crashes when you're 60, you don't have time to wait. This is why young people should invest aggressively in stocks and growth assets, while older people shift to bonds and conservative investments. The window allows you to maximize risk-adjusted returns because time is your buffer. If you waste the window and start investing at 50, you're forced into conservative investments because you can't afford volatility. This means lower returns, which means less wealth, which means you're stuck working longer. The window gives you permission to be aggressive, but only if you act while it's open.
The window is also about energy and capacity. In your 20s and 30s, you can work 60 to 80 hours per week if needed. You can start a side hustle, learn new skills, take online courses, network aggressively, and build businesses. Your brain is at peak learning capacity, your body is resilient, and you have fewer obligations. No kids, no aging parents, no health issues. This is the time to grind, to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term wealth. But most people spend their 20s and 30s partying, consuming, and coasting, then wake up at 40 realizing they wasted the most valuable decade of their life. You can't get your 20s back. You can't reclaim the energy, the time, or the compounding. The window demands intensity, discipline, and sacrifice, but only for a limited period. If you give it 10 years of focus, the next 30 years are exponentially easier. If you waste those 10 years, the next 30 are a grind. The cost of wasting the window compounds over time. Let's say you spend your 20s living paycheck to paycheck, buying things you don't need, and ignoring investing. By 30, you have zero saved. Now you're starting from scratch, but you've lost 10 years of compounding. To catch up to where you would have been, you'd need to contribute twice as much per month, which is harder because you now have more expenses. Most people can't do it, so they fall further behind. By 40, they're panicking. By 50, they're resigned. By 60, they're still working because they have no choice. This is the trajectory of wasting the window. Meanwhile, the person who started at 22 is coasting into retirement with $2 million because they acted when the window was wide open. Same intelligence, same opportunities, but radically different outcomes because one person acted and the other delayed. The window is also psychological. When you're young, financial independence feels distant and abstract, so it's easy to ignore. But as you age and the window closes, it becomes urgent and terrifying. The 50-year-old who hasn't saved enough feels the pressure daily. The 60-year-old who can't retire is desperate. The window creates a paradox. When you have time, you don't feel urgency. And when you feel urgency, you don't have time. The solution is to manufacture urgency now. Imagine yourself at 60, looking back at today. Would you regret not starting? Would you wish you had sacrificed more in your 20s and 30s? The answer is yes. Every financially struggling older person has the same regret. I wish I had started earlier. You have the chance to avoid that regret. The window is open right now. Act like it's closing tomorrow, because mathematically, it is. Here's how to capitalize on the window. First, start investing immediately, even if it's $50 or $100 per month. The amount matters less than starting. Second, increase contributions as income grows. Third, live below your means aggressively during this period. Fourth, develop high-income skills that increase earning power. Fifth, avoid lifestyle inflation. Bank raises instead of spending them. Sixth, take calculated risks. Start businesses, invest in real estate, pursue opportunities with asymmetric upside. Seventh, prioritize wealth building over consumption. Eighth, automate savings and investing so discipline isn't required. Ninth, Track net worth monthly to see the window closing and progress accelerating. 10th, sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term freedom. This decade of intensity will determine the next 5 decades of your life. The window is unforgiving, but it rewards those who act. The people who capitalize on the window share one trait. They act now, not later. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't delay until they feel ready. They understand that readiness is a myth and that action creates momentum. They start with what they have, where they are, and they build from there. They also reject the idea that they're too young or that wealth is for later. They know the window is open now and closing fast. By their 30s, they have 6 figures saved. By their 40s, they're financially independent. By their 50s, they're wealthy and free. This isn't luck. It's the result of acting during the window. The alternative is wasting it, which leads to decades of regret, stress, and working longer than you should. The choice is clear. Act now while the window is open, or regret it forever. At the core, the financial window you're wasting right now is defined by time, energy, and compounding. It's open, but it's closing. Every day you delay costs you exponentially. The math doesn't lie. Starting at 25 creates millions more than starting at 35 or 45. The window rewards action and punishes delay with ruthless precision. Start today. Open an investment account, contribute $100, automate monthly deposits, and commit to never stopping. Track your progress, increase contributions annually, avoid lifestyle inflation, sacrifice now for freedom later. The window doesn't wait. It doesn't care about your excuses. It closes whether you act or not. Tell me in the comments what's stopping you from acting today, and what's one thing you'll do this week to capitalize on the window. The choice is yours, but the window is closing. Let's act before it's too late.